All right, so we're gonna take an up close look at the cutaway and get a little insight here as to what some of the changes are. I guess kind of walk me through. Obviously, this is different than anything we've seen so far.
Yep, so compared to the Z06 and the E-Ray, the hood on the ZR1 and the storage space there is purely functional as opposed to additional cargo space on this car. So you have the additional radiator, some adjustments in our cooling strategy for the ZR1, so your charge air cooling system, in addition to that additional radiator that you can see
Sure.
on the front end looking down through the grate. On both sides of the hood, you also have additional channels for front brake cooling. So those are the features that you can see there.
Okay, awesome. And then you look at it here. So this is the one that'll cool the radiator, and then these two will cool the front brakes.
Yep,
and
so
then
J58 brake system on the ZR1. So you can see them there through our.
now on this side we've just got the regular gloss black ZR1 wheels. On the other side we'll pop over there a minute and take a look at the carbon fiber ones. Still got dual radiator cooling back here. But then obviously this is where the vast majority of the change is going to take place. Give us a little insight on this beast of a engine back here.
So if you look at the coupe design compared to a Z06, you have the additional induction scoops on the ZR1. So those induction scoops help channel air to the airbox that you can see here, which eventually makes its way to the engine intake for that additional horsepower.
So basically we were to take a look here. Air would flow through here as you're driving. This would work its way around into this big airbox here, and then that would flow through and give us some extra horsepower there. We're looking at what, 1,064 horsepower, pound-foot of torque.
828.
Okay,
so.
Excellent. And then as far as what else? Anything else back here that's different?
Yeah, so the one thing I want to point out, we can probably see it better here on the black ZR1. These channels here, so if you look at the wishbone, there's a few different names that people call them, are side inlets for engine cooling. Here on the side we have this additional channel for rear brake cooling.
Okay.
So that really helps channel air to our J58 brake system, which is going to be the heart and soul of braking performance on ZR1 here in model year 25.
Excellent. And then we've got the fixed ZR1 wing here, which is absolutely massive. Any touches on that, or just basically just tons of downforce?
Yeah, so we're TOM spoiler for the ZR1, very large fixed wing here. You're gonna have two spoiler options on the ZR1. You're gonna have this high wing spoiler, different than the Z06 wing, or the wicker option here on the rear. So similar to the Z06 option, depending on your application of your car, whether you're going to be tracking your car, want it for a little bit more general use, or just your styling interest, you'll be able to opt between those two options. So ZTK package with the TOM rear high wing spoiler, or the wicker option.
Excellent. Let's take a look on the other side of this real fast. And then interesting. I didn't notice that on the other one, but this is that's just kind of like almost like a front little lip guard there on the back side of the.
Yep. So we have the hood gurney here. So
hood gurney. Yeah. This guy. See, I'm an unprofessional YouTuber. This guy's the real guy. So I describe it in layman's terms. He describes it in the right way. Hood gurney there.
So that's for additional downforce performance. On
Interesting.
The ZTK package. So coupled with the rear high wing. So if you opt to get the wicker option in the rear, so the TOE spoiler, you will get the low front hood gurney.
Okay, let's take a look at that real fast. Actually, so it kind of goes in tandem. You got the wicker there. You get the lower lip. Actually, that just sits perfectly flush, basically. And then here, if you couple it with the wing, then you'll get this, and that sticks up a decent amount. But I'm assuming, obviously, you guys know engineering very well, that when you put this in a wind tunnel or something, that little bit there basically makes its way down.
Yep, absolutely.
That's wild to think.
Our aero team did a lot of great work here. Computational models, in addition to full-scale wind tunnel testing on the performance to get that optimal aero balance between the front and the rear. So combined with the ZTK TOM wing on the back, that additional downforce in the front, it makes this an optimal track performance car.
Absolutely, very, very interesting. This is great insight. Again, this is stuff that just looking at this, you might not know, but when you got a professional here that knows this stuff, it really sheds some light and gives some good insights. Now, down here, anything on the canards or those just extra airflow in the aerodynamics, basically.
Yeah, so on the front here, similar to the Z06, you have the exposed carbon fiber down planes. Z06, optional, you can get painted or exposed.
Okay.
ZR1, we're really going for the exposed carbon fiber look. So hood gurney, diving planes, rear TOM wing, exposed carbon fiber.
And potentially now an option is the new ZR1 wheels. We'll take a look at them back here. So these are in full carbon fiber. Absolutely incredible. I love the design. So this is a new design specific to the ZR1. And then you said the J58 brakes.
J58 brake system.
Okay, now let's look up here real fast. So this is that, on that wishbone bezel here, you're talking about the flow through.
Yeah, so this
basically we're seeing that here.
Good visual here. You can see the induction channel. This goes back to the air box, and then if you're following the airflow path here from the wishbone design, this wraps around the back side of the wheel and funnels air to the brake system.
Excellent. Okay, and then just to kind of wrap up here, this little bit right here is what you said. On the other side is what comes through, and from both sides, because it is a twin turbo V8.
Yep, both sides to the airbox, eventually making its way to the engine intake.
Excellent. And then as far as interior goes, we got the ZR1 badge there on the bottom of the steering wheel, ZR1 on the side seal, and then
you'll have it below the wishbone, similar position you would see on the E-Ray Z06.
Okay.
Unique styling badge for ZR1.
Any other comments here to wrap up our little walkthrough of the?
I think we covered the exterior styling well. You know, a few additional features for the interior, the additional stitching for the door trim, and then also the coupe headliner.
Okay.
So for those that are opting to get a ZR1, they'll have a little bit extra flash on their interior with the stitching design.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate the walk around, and we're excited to see what comes. And thanks again for the walk around tour.
Of course.
Let's take a look at the cutaway. So you've got additional cooling pretty much everywhere in the front of this vehicle. In this part, I'm going to kind of just be quiet and let you guys observe and see what you want. Take a look here, 275, 30, 20s on the front. Some fat rear tires at 345, 25, 21. Some wide rear tires. Let's take a look through here. Get a good feel for engine, transmission. Twin turbocharged V8, 1064 horsepower. It's quite the upgrade over the previous ZR1. Let's see the suspension dynamics. Look at the other side here, and then obviously the big ZR1 wing. That's wild to see. I mean, this is, for comparison, just this side portion here is bigger than my hand, and it hangs off a decent amount when you look at that. When you look at the bow of the rear wing, if you were to draw a line straight down from the top down to the bottom, I'd say it hangs off about 6 inches. Just visually looking. And obviously the carbon fiber looks good, but the big function on this is gonna help increase performance. It's lightweight, it's a fantastic material. Obviously it costs a little more, but in addition to looking good, it obviously gives you some nice results, good performance, whether you're out on the road, out on the track. And there you go, that is a wrap on the ZR1. If you guys haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you wanna see the full video, where I show off the other ZR1 and we get to hear it, see it move around a little bit, and check that out as well. I left a link to that up here. Thanks again for all your support, and we'll see you guys in the next video.